Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. It's Sunday night, which means it's trad beer night, and the beer we're going for tonight is going to fuse two of my favourite hobbies together. It's beer and Warhammer. The beer is from Nottingham Brewery. It's this one, Bugman's 6X. And Bugman 6X is a handcrafted ale forged from the finest British hops and malts. It weighs in at 4.5% ABV, and it says that it's also a straw yellow, thirst quenching, fruity and floral ale. A stout brew for a stout warrior. Does not contain stout. And what's this got to do with Warhammer? I hear some of you say, well, Joseph Bugman was the finest brewer in Dwarfland in old Warhammer fantasy. And I picked this beer up as well as a few others a couple of weeks ago now while I was at Warhammer World. And the beady-eyed amongst you may have spotted a few Warhammer-related things. There's a dreadnought up behind me from the Dark Angels, and somewhere down there on the monitor stand is a Purity Seal, also of the Dark Angels. Anyone who follows my Twitter feed will spot a whole load of Warhammer-related stuff as well. So it was natural that when I went to Warhammer World, I went to Bugman's Bar and picked up some of the beer to take away. Now, they are quite dear to take away. You're paying kind of bar prices. It was about £4.75 a bottle. So it better be good. It's the most expensive bottled beer that's not craft beer that I've ever had. So without further ado, let's get it out into a glass and see what we think. It's also, as it happens, my first beer from Nottingham Brewery. So the pour is golden, pale, clear. Let's invite a little head onto that. That'll do. So it looks very clear, very pale, almost like a lager in that sense, but nice foamy white head. Actually, beer up close, it actually looks darker on the camera than it does with the light shining through it. So yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's look at the screen. Yeah, it's a little bit darker, So it looks good. It's a whiff. Biscuity malts. Bit of citrus. I see what they mean by the floral. It is coming through. Let's give the old Scotland Wand as well. Swirl and sniff. Yeah, nice and floral. And for those of you who haven't checked out Scotland Wand as well, check them out. Great channel, great content, and great beer and great people. So, without further ado, it looks good, smells nice. Let's have a taste. Cheers. Not bad. Not bad. Let's have another one. The body is light, very light. Carbonation is clean, refreshing, not OTT. Flavours are kind of what they suggest, really. I mean, they mention thirst quenching, fruity and floral. Yeah, the floral aspect is 100% there. Fruity, maybe. In trad beer style, yes, I get what they're saying. It's slightly fruity. Hop presence is reasonable, not massively so. It's balanced in terms of the flavour. It's a good blend of sweetness and bitterness. It's not proper pale ale territory, but it's not half bad. And the finish is dry, biscuity, malty, and it is more malt forward, this beer, I find, than hop forward. And yeah, that malt, nice and sweet, digestive biscuit-like thing going on in the back end. Not bad, refreshing, summery ale. So, it's Joseph Bugman on the front there. Have a look at that up close. There he is. Joseph Bugman. The beer it's named after, and the bar as well at Warhammer World. What do I think of you? Well, I think you're right. I do. Let's see what Untapped thinks of you. There have been 272 check-ins and an average of 3.38. I would have thought there'd be more fans of Warhammer who checked into that. Maybe they're afraid of outing themselves like I am. I mean, I'm knocking on the door of 41, and I'm still playing with toy soldiers that are about 2.5 inches high at best. I don't know. Any Warhammer fans in there, be it Fantasy, Age of Sigmar as it is now, 40k, Horus Heresy, 30k, Blood Bowl, Man of War, all that lot, Adeptus Titanicus, let me know you're out there. Join in and give us a cheers. So, my scores, currently void of anything. Let's give it some. Let's top it off again. So, looks-wise, it looks like a pale ale. Should. It's the right kind of colour. It's nice and clear. You get a nice head on it. Visually, I would like it a little darker, but there we go. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's just the light is playing tricks on me. It's not too bad. It's okay. I'm going to give it... I can't really fault it. Honestly, no, I can't. Give it a point. Aroma is light. It is light. It's pleasant, but it's light. Malty, more than anything. Excuse me, a little bit of citrus coming through, but it's super, super light. It needs more strength on the nose. Give it the 0.5. Body, again, it's a little bit light. It works, don't get me wrong. It's more, this body would be more suited to a lager. But the mouthfeel is nice. Carbonation's good. Can't fault those bits. So I'm going to give that the 0.75. Taste, malty, malt forward. Hop presence is alright. Could do with more. Would never complain at that. Floral, yes. Fruity, in a trad way. But I want more hops. It needs more hops. Because this is a malt forward beer. And I prefer my pales hoppier. A bit more bitter as well. So again, I'm going to give it the 0.5. But the finish, I quite like. Dry, malty, little bit of hop coming through. Yeah, can't knock it too much at all. I'm going to give it the 0.75. So what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3.5 out of 5, which is just a little bit above the average, really. So let's go on to the bonus points. Well, it can't have the full bonus because it didn't get a full 5 out of 5. Would I buy it again? No, I'm going to be honest, because there's lots of beers that I prefer in this style that are cheaper by quite some way. Speaking of which, not going to get a value for money either at £4.70 odd bottle. I don't think that represents great value for money. You probably get it cheaper if you buy direct from Nottingham Brewery as opposed to Bugman's bar at Warhammer World. But there you go. It's a Warhammer themed beer that I wanted to buy. I don't feel gypped. I don't feel hard done by or anything like that. It just is. I wouldn't buy it again on that basis. So Bugman's 6X has got 3.5 out of 5 from me. So there we go. I am going to go enjoy the rest of this beer, upload the video for your viewing pleasure, and I'm going to go and paint some more Space Marines. Painting some Khorne Berserkers at the minute, the old school ones from the 90s. So yeah, we're going to leave it there and say, that has been the beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And as I said earlier, if you're a Warhammer fan, let me know in the comments section below. Bye for now.